Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Austin Reaves is a high-level player and NBA teams are interested in him, especially since he will be a free agent in 2026. Without Fred VanVleet for the entire season, the Rockets lack a starting-caliber point guard capable of both ball handling and playmaking responsibilities. Amen Thompson represents an immediate solution, while Reed Shepherd or J.D. Davidson offer developmental options. However, none provide the ideal replacement for VanVleet's production and leadership. Zach Lowe identifies Austin Reaves as potential target for the Rockets amid Lakers extension uncertainty. NBA analyst Zach Lowe proposed an intriguing trade possibility involving the Los Angeles Lakers' Austin Reaves. The guard's contract situation creates potential leverage for teams seeking backcourt upgrades. Reaves will have a player option next summer, but extension talks haven't materialized despite trade rumors throughout the offseason. Lowe believes deteriorating circumstances could force a re-evaluation of his Lakers' future. What if things go very badly this season for Austin Reaves with the LA Lakers? What if it's like you asked me to come off the bench extension talks? They couldn't really get started because you couldn't offer me enough, Lowe explained. Do you really value me enough in a Luka world? LeBron is still here. Is he retiring? Is that good for my future in LA? He continued. Strong Lakers relationship complicates potential Rockets pursuit. Despite the speculative scenario, Lowe acknowledges significant obstacles to any potential trade. The acquisition cost would likely include valuable draft picks, while Reaves maintains strong organizational ties. Even with LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the roster, Reaves serves as the Lakers' third star. Last season, he ranked as their third most productive player with 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game. I don't think this is going to happen, but it's a name that popped into my head, Lowe admitted. The Lakers love Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves loves being a Laker. They love it there. However, the analyst noted that seemingly stable situations can unexpectedly unravel in major markets, particularly when contract negotiations stall or role expectations change. I'm just saying, we've seen more hunky-dory situations go awry before in big markets, Lowe concluded. The Rockets face pressure to address their point guard crisis through trades rather than free agency due to salary cap constraints. While the Reaves scenario remains unlikely, recent high-profile trades like Luka Doncic demonstrate that no player situation is entirely secure in today's NBA landscape. Rich Paul says Lakers need to maximize the present when addressing LeBron James' future. Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James' future beyond the 2025-26 season remains unclear at the moment. James could stay with the Lakers, go elsewhere, or even walk away from the game after his contract expires in 2026. NBA insider Shams Charania was asked what determines James' future on NBA Today, and he shared Clutch Sports Group CEO Rich Paul's message on the matter. I did speak to his agent, Rich Paul, at Clutch Sports Today, Charania said. And he told me, it's important not to worry about the future when it comes to LeBron James. Just appreciate the present and also maximizing his present. And that onus potentially falling on the Lakers and what team they put around him. But it's obvious, how does he feel about the Lakers going into the season? Charania stated. As the year continues on, can they be a contender moving forward? And I think the other thing that also sits here as well as Bryce James is going to start his freshman year at college. How does he look? How does he look as a prospect? How does he play into the 2026 NBA draft? Paul wants everyone to appreciate the present and not worry too much about the future. The end of James' storied career is near, and we should enjoy watching him operate on the court. That said, Paul would also like to see the Lakers maximize James' present by putting the best team possible around him. He doesn't seem to want them to keep an eye on the future either. How this Lakers team fares next season could well decide what James, who averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 1.0 steals, and 0.6 blocks per game in 2024-25, does. They were the third seed in the West last season with a 50-32 record, but lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. James then decided to opt into his $52.6 million player option for 2025-26 this offseason, but Paul sent out an interesting message after that. He made it clear his client wanted to win and that they would evaluate what was in his best interests. It was later stated that this wasn't an ultimatum and that Paul was urging the Lakers to cherish James' final years. At the end of the day, what's clear among all this is that James is still desperate to win his 5th championship. The 40-year-old is going to look at what the front office can do to help him achieve that goal. The Lakers have brought in DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia in free agency. While those are some solid additions, this still isn't a team that is regarded as one of the favorites to win it all in 2026. Another trade or two is needed, and we'll see what the Lakers do between now and next year's trade deadline in February. One factor that's outside the Lakers' control is James' son, Bryce James. The 18-year-old will soon begin his freshman season at Arizona, and his development will impact his father's future. James is already playing alongside his eldest son, Bronny James, whom the Lakers selected with the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA draft. Playing alongside both of them would understandably mean a lot to the 21-time All-Star. Lakers Jeannie Buss makes bold statement about Luka Doncic. Highlights from Chelsea Gray 10-assist game. The Los Angeles Lakers have fully embraced Luka Doncic as their franchise star after signing him to a 3-year extension this offseason. Lakers president Jeannie Buss dropped a bold statement about Doncic ahead of his first full season wearing the classic purple and gold jerseys. The Athletic's Dan Woik published a piece about Doncic and how the Lakers have helped him this offseason on September 24. Members of the front office, including Buss and Rob Pelinka, were in Poland earlier this month. They were there to support Luka Magic as he represented Slovenia in the Eurobasket. Speaking to Woik, Buss compared Doncic's international appeal to other Lakers greats like Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. She likes how the 26-year-old superstar perfectly represents the franchise to the world. The idea that he is a Laker, it connects us. It's a global thread. I can't think of a better representation of Laker basketball than Luka and what he brings to the game. To see it in a different context, a European tournament, it just feels very similar to Kobe or LeBron in the Olympics or Magic Johnson with the Dream Team, Buss said. Doncic was among the best players in the Eurobasket, but Slovenia were eliminated by Germany in the quarterfinals. He was named to the All-Star 5 alongside Franz Wagner, Dennis Schroeder, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Alperen Sengun. Luka Doncic receives MVP love in ESPN survey. ESPN's Tim Bontemps surveyed 20 NBA executives, coaches and scouts ahead of the 2025-26 season. Bontemps released the results on September 22, with Luka Doncic receiving 4 MVP votes. He came in third behind Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. For those voting for Doncic, the expectation is that with health and a full season with the Los Angeles Lakers after his shocking midseason trade, there's no reason that this shouldn't be a 3-player race, Bontemps wrote. One anonymous Eastern Conference executive added Doncic could win the MVP because he's in shape and motivated. The Los Angeles Lakers superstar also received 1 vote as the best player in the world right now. The other 19 votes were for the Joker. Doncic also received considerations for being the best player in the world in 2030. He came in second to Victor Wembanyama, who got 16 votes. Rob Pelinka on having optionality with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. In an interview with ESPN's Dave McMenamin released on September 19, Los Angeles Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka made it clear that they are not going to wait for LeBron James to retire before building around Luka Doncic. In terms of team building, we've talked about the importance of having optionality, and when I use that word, it's not to say in the future. I think optionality is also in the now. Having both Luka as arguably the best player on the planet and LeBron James, who is still in the mix of being one of the great players in our game, even at his age, continues to allow us to think carefully about the value of that optionality, Pelinka said. James is entering the final year of his contract and will be a free agent next summer. Doncic, on the other hand, signed a massive 3-year, $165 million extension last month. Luka Doncic makes feelings clear on Lakers' early playoff exit. 5 months after getting eliminated in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles Lakers has made his feelings clear about their early exit. The Lakers had home court advantage against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they were kicked out of the postseason in 5 games. Speaking to The Athletic's Dan Wojcik during this summer's Eurobasket in Poland, Doncic opened up about the Lakers' 4-1 series loss to the Timberwolves. He was happy with the way the team finished strong in the offseason. However, they were unable to realize the team's potential in the playoffs. The Lakers had huge wins over the Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, and Houston Rockets during that final stretch. "That's how we could play, but I don't think we played like this in the playoffs," Doncic said in an article published on September 24. Play. Luka Magic was in full display during the playoffs despite the team's overall result. He averaged 30.2 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game, shooting 45.2% from the floor, including 34.8% from threes, and 89.1% from the free throw line. Doncic was playing through a lower back injury in the latter part of the series. However, it was his defensive shortcomings and obvious conditioning issues that were highlighted the most in the media. Luka Doncic's new offseason regimen led to Eurobasket dominance. One of the biggest changes made by Luka Doncic in the offseason was focusing on his cardio and diet. Doncic hired a personal chef after he began intermittent fasting in preparation for the Eurobasket, as per the Wall Street Journal's Jason Gay. The Slovenian superstar looked in top shape at the tournament, leading his nation to the quarterfinals against Germany. They were on the verge of eliminating the reigning World Cup champions, but they blew a double-digit lead in the second half. The Germans would go on to win the Eurobasket, defeating Turkey in the final. Nevertheless, Doncic was named to the All-Star 5 after averaging 34.7 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 7.1 assists per game. According to Dan Wojcik, multiple members of the Los Angeles Lakers organization visited their superstar this summer. Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, Kurt and Linda Rambis and Dr. Leroy Sims were all in Poland to show their support. Luka Doncic focused on winning NBA title. After falling short of the NBA championship in 2024, Luka Doncic had high hopes for the Dallas Mavericks before his shocking trade in February. Doncic's first postseason with the Los Angeles Lakers didn't go according to plan, but winning a title is still the goal. A source close to the Slovenian superstar told ESPN's Dave McMenamin that Doncic is focused on going after an NBA championship this season. He stresses every single day that his goal is to win a championship. He trusts the front office to do their part, and he trusts what they're building, the source said in an article published on September 19. The Lakers added free agents DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and Marcus Smart this offseason. All 3 players fit well around Doncic, while Austin Reaves has reportedly worked on his quick release to play better around their superstar, as per Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points. Luka Doncic bombshell tells Cavaliers fans to prepare for LeBron James' return. The Return, Part 2. By Josh Cornelison. 5 hours ago. Luka Doncic and LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers. Luka Doncic and LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers, Luke Hales/Getty Images. Matt Freese, what fuels the NYCFC goalkeeper? Next. Stay. LeBron James returning to the Cleveland Cavaliers has been talked about ever since he left the franchise in 2018 to join the Los Angeles Lakers. The possibility of a return has only strengthened after Luka Doncic revealed he wants to end his career with a team other than the Lakers. It has been a momentous summer for Luka Doncic. He is now the centerpiece star of the league's most glamorous franchise, a celebrity in the midst of Hollywood. The Lakers organization made it clear this summer that they are building the roster, now and moving forward, around Doncic. When he advocated that they add a center, they went out and got DeAndre Ayton. When he pitched bringing on Marcus Smart, suddenly the one-time Celtics guard was signing. LeBron James, on the other hand, has been moved to the edge in LA. He obviously remains one of the league's biggest and most marketable stars, but at age 40, the Lakers made the decision not to simply hand over everything LeBron wanted. That included a new maximum contract, which means for the first time in a very long time, LeBron is on a true expiring deal. Part of Doncic's ascension this summer has included a media tour. He has appeared on broadcasts, on talk shows, and done a number of interviews. The latest such interview was with Jason Gay of the Wall Street Journal. In a wide-ranging piece that touched on everything from the Lakers season to Doncic's workout regimen to his acting career, things briefly touched on his upbringing. Doncic grew up in Slovenia but joined Spanish powerhouse club Real Madrid at the age of 13. Over the next 6 years, he blossomed into a star, winning 3 titles with Real and leading them to a EuroLeague championship as a teenager, winning the tournament MVP award as the best player among the best teams outside of the US. It was a clear sign of his pending NBA greatness. Gay asked Doncic whether he would like to return to Real Madrid before his career was over and help them to win another championship. The Lakers star was direct in his reply, "For sure." LeBron James is facing a decision. While the Lakers will one day have to deal with that reality, as Doncic is many years removed from making end-of-career decisions, they have to deal with a different one this year. Will LeBron James remain on the team for the entire season? Will he walk away next summer? The franchise is preparing as if he is no longer in their plans for 2026 to 27. Where will LeBron James go? He could retire at the age of 41, which is what most actual humans would do. LeBron, however, is still a top 15 player in the league, and he will end his career on his terms. Could he come back to the Cleveland Cavaliers before things are done? Can he walk out the dream that Doncic has and help his first professional team win another title? LeBron already did that in one way, returning in 2014 and bringing the franchise's first championship in 2016. To come back on a minor deal, however, and join a contending team as a support player, not the alpha and omega, would be an entirely different story. But it would be the full-circle moment his career deserves. Perhaps LeBron will get his storybook ending with the Cavaliers. Perhaps Luka Doncic will get one with Real Madrid. Perhaps other stars around the NBA will start to follow suit and return to their first teams before the end. The king belongs in Cleveland. The chances of a return are ticking up by the day.